with Shameek Harvey, who returns to action next Saturday at Ultimate Battleground 14. Shameek, how are you?
Good. How are you?
I'm good, man. I'm good. I'm very happy to be talking with you. Um, you're a week out. How you feeling?
Man, I feel great. I feel great. Uh, Training's been going well. Weight's on point. Uh, I just feel sharp everywhere. I've been training hard, so I definitely feel ready. For this fight coming up. It's gonna be my sixth fight as a pro, which is crazy. Considering I just finished my amateur career, so we're rolling. Hopefully, contender series this summer or whenever I'm ready.
Awesome, man. Awesome. Yeah, so it's been about 3 months since your win over Rudy. Um, now that you had some time to reflect on that fight, man, how'd you feel about that performance?
Uh, Anytime you get a win inside that cage is good, but far as like a performance standpoint, feel like it's a lot of stuff I could have done better. It's a lot of moments I could have capitalized on, things like that. So that's why I got good coaches for over at Carolina Combat. This is Jim right here, Coach Tom. So we always constantly trying to get better. But I feel like the performance was good, but I could have been a lot better everywhere, and I'm definitely better. I just have to get comfortable enough to show my skills without the fear of making a mistake.
What's the biggest thing that you learned or that you took away from that fight?
Biggest thing I took away from that fight. Mm, Good question. I would say that I belong in there. I just belong in there. Just simple as that. I belong in there. I'm good. Just let the technique go. Don't think so much. Like it's an IQ game. It's a thinking man's game. But I feel like in that fight, I was thinking a little bit too much, and it made me a little hesitant. Still got the dub, but I feel like I just need to let my instincts fly. And once I let my instincts fly, that's when I'll be ready for that next level.
Gotcha, man. And last thing before we talk about your upcoming fight, man, for anybody that does not know your story, how did you originally get into mixed martial arts?
Man, I was just like everybody else, casual fan, growing up seeing Anderson Silva knock people silly. You see that on TV a couple times, you're like, what is that? You feel me? Where we come from, you don't see people like that knocking people dead like that. So that's why I started as a casual. Now, did I think I was gonna get into it and fight? Nah, not really. So I started as a casual fan, thought I was gonna go in the gym, be the best, because I was athletic and I played sports growing up. And I quickly found out that you got to learn this stuff and it's you got to think through it. So that's how I started. No crazy. I didn't have a background. I literally just was like, "Yo, I'm about to fight," and I walked into the gym and told my coach that. He said, "All right, man, you want to sign up?" I signed up for every class though. That's one thing I did do. So I signed up for boot camps. I signed up for kickboxing, and I signed for grappling, gi and no gi. And I even know what it was called. He told me it was called a gi. I was like, "Oh, okay, cool." And then we signed up. Like that's how casual I was. I didn't know anything.
What sports did you play growing up?
Football. I grew up playing football, like football for teams, but like of course you play basketball in the neighborhood, stuff like that. Uh, but football was my that was my first love, like far as a sport. But then I'm smaller. I'm 5'5", 5'6", and then they kept growing. Then I realized I was like, okay, I gotta switch to something else. You feel me? And then that's how I kind of got gravitated towards the MMA route. But like when they came out with that 125 division, like with Demetrius Johnson, who else? Ian McCall, like Joseph Benavidez, like those dudes. That's when I was like, I was like, that might be for me. But still, I was a casual. I thought I can go in there right now and beat Demetrius Johnson. Like that's how casual I was. I was like, I can beat him for sure.
um, yeah, I mean, you don't see a lot of 5'5" football players get to the next level.
Exactly. It was over with. It's over with. It's over with. It's over with. It's done. It's not coming back. It's 5-5. You're done. And that's a tall day. That's a tall day for me. That's on a tall day. On a tall day.
Um, so you know, you were athletic your whole life, man. So football player playing basketball and stuff, like, so transitioning into martial arts and transitioning into fighting and combat sports, like, do you think that your athletic ability really helped you going into
Oh,
it?
for 100%, 100%. My athletic. I mean, if you look at my fights and look at my film, you that's the thing that first jumps off the screen is the athleticism, the explosion, the speed. That's that's like what helped me out so far. But also, I got good coaches, so they really imprinted in my brain that I got to learn the technique. And you kind of that's why I like mixed martial arts because you find out pretty easily that well, if you're at a good gym, I can't speak for other gyms, but at our gym, you find out pretty easily that you have to learn the technique because you're gonna go against somebody that's athletic just like you, that's not 5'5", that's maybe 5'8", 5'10". Or you might go like for me, the learning curve was when I went against somebody that wasn't as athletic as me, and I'm just like, wait, I'm faster, stronger, more explosive, but he keeps submitting me. How is he doing that? Then you realize, oh, you got to learn the technique. Now, if you pair the technique with the athletic ability, then you get a 4-1 pro like I am now. That's how it paired together.
Gotcha.
But it definitely helped for sure.
Awesome, man. Well, thanks for sharing that. Um, all right, well, let's talk about it, dude. April 1st, Ultimate Battleground 14, fighting Tyrell Hill.
Sir.
What do you think of the matchup?
Definitely a fun matchup. My teammate fought on down in the amateurs, and actually, when he fought Tyrell, I think that was maybe my second MMA fight I ever watched live. Like I wasn't even on a fight team. I was just like a white belt, like just like watching MMA fights, going to support the guy at the gym who said he had a fight coming up. Like I was like new to the scene when he fought my teammate, and it's kind of cool. 5 years later, fighting him at on a pro level, and he's got better. He's fast, he's explosive, he's a veteran. He's been around a little minute, so it's a good win on my career, and it's also a fun matchup. And I know he's gonna come hard. He's gonna be trained up. So it's definitely a fun matchup, and I'm looking forward to it. And I also just looking forward to proving it to myself as well.
Yeah, on paper, it's a very, very fun fight. It's going to be violent for as long as it lasts. So, with your teammate fighting him, was there a lot of, going through your training camp, your teammate helping you out and giving you pointers?
Uh, Honestly, not really. Cause like with me, how I like it's 5 years ago. Like if you look at me 5 years ago, like yeah, it's just night and day. It's like a totally different fighter. I mean, it's some stuff he still does, but other than that, like it's a totally different fighter. So we don't really even talk about those fights 5 years ago. Because the game is happening so fast and people are getting better so fast. Like almost like 4 months is a long time now. Like 5 months, the way the game is transitioning. So it's very hard to definitely take 5 years ago. He's been grown since then. But it's some little tricks I think I could get on him that he just hasn't fixed. But other than that, not really.
Yeah, I mean that's very honest of you and very smart of you to think, obviously a fighter is going to get better in 5 years, right?
For sure, for sure,
If you think he's the same fighter 5 years ago, you're probably gonna get fucked up, So like
for
it's
sure.
you
Yep.
know it's awesome. So awesome, man. Well, yeah, like I said, it's a fun fight. So at the end of the day, April 1st, how do you get your hand raised?
Uh, Like I said, anytime we in that cage, I just need a W and keep going. Long as you still keep winning, you're gonna get to that next level. I kind of matured up a little bit from like trying to predict the finishes and stuff. I realized they never happen for me. I don't know how everybody else do it. I'm not good at it, but I always looking for the finish. If a finish does happen, I think it'll be a submission, like on the ground and stuff. I think my grappling is a lot better than his. Uh, Other than that, get my hand raised, moving on 5-1, and then go to the next person and keep moving on till I get to that next level, which is the UFC, which is the ultimate goal for me.
Awesome. Yeah, so that's finally, I just wanted to ask, man, what do you want your 2023 to look like, man? And what are some goals that you're setting for yourself?
2023, definitely contender series. I want to get on there bad, like just bad. I feel like I'm like ready. I'm mature enough in my game. And I just feel like I can hang with those boys, and I just want my shot just to prove it. You got to find out. You got to find out. If I can hang, I can hang. If I can't, get back to the gym until I can hang. I just want to go find out if I can hang with them boys. I think I can also. Like I know I can. So 2023 is just keep getting dubs and talk to Jason, who's my manager, and just whatever he say do, just do it and keep winning. As long as I keep winning, I feel like you're gonna be undeniable if you keep winning and taking everybody out.
So maybe after this fight, get on a bigger show, maybe like an LFA, a Fury FC, kind of like on UFC Fight Pass to give you more exposure, and then from there jump to the Contender Series.
Yeah, I mean, whatever pathways. I didn't see multiple pathways. Like my teammate Brian Battle, his pathway was much different. Like he actually got on the tough show at 5-1. So and I seen that happen. Like his last fight was like on the same card I was on as an amateur. So I've seen that happen. Or a short notice fight. Like somebody pulls out and is like, "Oh, I'm fighting April 1st. I'm ready. Oh, I could go." You feel me? Wherever it happens, it don't really matter to me. I just want the shot wherever it happens just to prove myself, win, lose, or draw. He belongs with the highest level of MMA fighters.
And as a flyweight, man, the road to the UFC is not that long, man, because they always need flyweights. Flyweights are
Mm-hmm.
always fun, so it's like you win a few on the regional scene, the UFC is going to come calling pretty quick.
Yeah, and that's the ultimate goal, and that's the plan. Just keep stringing these wins together and keep getting better. That's the real goal. Just keep getting better. I feel like if I keep going up, going up, going up, going up, how am I not going to get there?
Awesome. Awesome. Shameek, thank you so much for your time, man. I really appreciate it. If you want to plug your social media, plug any sponsors, you want to thank anybody, the floor is yours.
Yeah, yeah. First of all, thanks you, Alex, for having me on. Really appreciate this interview. Also, shout out Carolina Combat, my gym in Indian Trail, North Carolina. Shout out my coach Tom. Shout out Brian, all my teammates. Shout out all the sponsors, Crown Town, uh, Prosper MMA, Shashan Designs, Black Light Tattoos. Shout out all those boys, and just shout out all the people coming out April 1st in Wilmington, North Carolina.